Hello and welcome to Vanguardlive Sports. My name is Damlola Shaki, and of course, today we'll be looking at the EPL review of the results and Suarez terminates a Barca contract. Also, Evra launches a stunning attack on Manchester United, and Gernot Rohr rolls out 25-man Eagles for Côte d'Ivoire, Tunisia friendlies, and FIFA delays Apoguma's Super Eagles switch. And also we're talking about Fury, fires a salvo at Joshua. That's for the boxing. Now moving over to, of course, EPL for the weekend on Saturday. Arsenal played with West Ham, scoring them 2-1. Eddie Nketiah came off the bench to score the winner as Arsenal snatched a 2-1 victory over a drastically improved West Ham at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday night of football. The Hammers were unrecognizable from the side that succumbed to Newcastle on the opening day, producing a display packed full of endeavour and energy to stifle the Gunners for a large part. Arsenal took the lead against the run of play on 25 minutes when Alexander Lacazette powerfully headed Bamiyang's cross home, but it was cancelled out on the stroke of half-time, of course, by Antonio. The Hammers looked set to go on to win the game in a dominant second half display with Antonio crashing in ever against the crossbar, but Nketiah, of course, struck with 5 minutes remaining to make it 2 wins from 2 for the Gunners and leave West Ham, of course, pointless. Now, talking about Arsenal, a lot of people are really talking about their defense and all that, but it seems they are really ready for this season with the way they've been going on so far. So we just hope they will continue. And talking about the newly promoted Leeds United, they played with Fulham, but of course won the match with 4-3. Of course, they continue their stormy return to the Premier League as they claim their first point with, of course, trade of the trailing 4.43 at, of course, Edland on Saturday. After a 4-3 loss to Champions League on the opening day, Leeds, back in the top flight after a 16-year absence, produced more vibrant attacking football along with defensive jitters. With the game being played at a pushing high tempo, Leeds lead dangerously at times, but ongoing for their first top flight victory since April 2004. Like Leeds, Fulham's style was easy on the eye, but Parker's side now have no point from 2 games, having conceded 7. Of course, Fulham played with Liverpool on the first day of the return of EPL this season, and they lost the match to Liverpool. And now playing with Leeds, also they've lost it, so making it 2 matches that they've lost since the return of EPL this season. And talking about Leeds, a lot of people are really talking about they have good defense, good attack, and all that. But now talking about the defense and how it's going to be, people are really complaining. It's like you can easily see how the match is going to be. So they really need to. There are some things they still need to work on. If not, other teams and other clubs will, of course, enjoy scoring against them. And talking about Manchester United and Crystal Palace, the biggest loss of the season, that's to Manchester United, who lost the match in Old Trafford to Crystal Palace. And we've heard, of course, Zaha has scored twice against his former club as Crystal Palace condemned Manchester United to a miserable start at their Premier League campaign with a victory at Old Trafford. It was their biggest ever win at Old Trafford, that's Crystal Palace, the first time they have beaten United away from home in successive season, and means Palace have won their opening 2 games of the top flight season for the first time in their history. While for my Manchester United boss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because it was a horrible day, too many of his players were off the pace, including Paul Pogba, who was replaced by Van de Beek midway through the second half. Their performance for their first match this EPL season is actually expected for many of their fans who feels that, of course, they've not really done enough, and especially for the transfer window, they've not really signed people, just one person. And then their performance last season, it was just seen as a lock for them to actually qualify for the Champions League, and people are really curious at how the season is going for them, and considering they've started now with a bad leg. Now looking at Chelsea versus Liverpool, Of course, Chelsea lost the match to Liverpool. Liverpool's, of course, Sadio Mane scored twice, including one of a radius error from Chelsea's goalkeeper, Kepa, as the Reds won at the Blues 2-0 on Sunday. Chelsea played the entire second half with 10 men after Andres' red card, which with Mane scoring both of his goals in a 5 minutes span early in the second half. Frank Lampard's team was without key players such as, of course, Christian Pulisic, Ben, Thiago Silva, and never looked like a threat to get the results. Meanwhile, Jorginho did have the chance to cut the deficit in half in the second half, but his penalty kick was saved by Alisson. Liverpool conceded 3 goals. 3 goals last weekend against Leeds, but well, sharper this time around, surely much to the delight of their manager, that's a German club. And the Red defense was awful last week against Leeds, but it's really improved this time around. The Blues had just 3 shots on goal, and the timing of the tactic, of course, the tackles was fantastic. And Liverpool's quality, of course, ability to play the football very fast actually made it very possible for them to win this match. And I think Chelsea could not keep up with that. And still looking at the table, let's look at the remaining results. Of course, Everton, of course, they scored. The other teams actually had small goals. Everton was to play with Manchester United. But still looking at the results, Everton played with West Brom on Saturday, with Everton winning 5-2. Leeds United won the match against Fulham 4-3. Manchester United lost to Crystal Palace 1-3, while Arsenal, of course, won the match with West Ham. Southampton on Sunday lost the match to Tottenham, and Newcastle also lost the match to Brighton, and Chelsea lost the match to Liverpool, while Leicester City, of course, won against Burnley, playing 4-2, and Aston Villa also won their match against Sheffield 1-0, and Wolves versus Man City led the match with 3-1. And of course, now moving on, Suarez, of course, it has said that Luis Suarez is officially a free agent after agreeing to terminate his contract with Barcelona. The 33 still had 1 year left on his deal with the Nou Camp, but was told by Ronald that he did not feature in his plan. It's in a brutal 1 minute phone call. Apparently, it's like this 1 minute phone call was actually what angered Luis Suarez, where he contacted his team and they agreed to terminate his contract with his contract with Barcelona, and still trying to take and he agreed to take a pay cut for him to terminate his contract. And right now he's saying that he's a free agent, but still like call that he might go to Athletics Madrid. The ex-Liverpool and of course Ajax is believed to be heading to Barca training ground this afternoon to say his final goodbye. His departure is due to be officially confirmed within hours, that according to reports. And talking about Manchester United legend, that Evra has launched a stunning attack on his former club in an emotional 20-minute monologue posted on his Instagram account. In the devastating honest social media clip, the Frenchman takes aim at Ed Woodward, that's the chief transfer negotiator, Matt George, and former teammates of being too scared to speak up. And one of the main targets of his rant is the chief executive, Ed Woodward, who he claims trusts people that he shouldn't have. But he says he has no problem with that. But the Frenchman had burst on his social media accounts on Monday. It's more shocking, because he was considered to be a supporter of Woodward. Woodward having sat alongside him in the director's box on a number of occasions. Of course, some people might not remember Patrice Evra, but during his time at Manchester United, he won 5 Premier League titles, 3 League Cups, 1 UEFA Champions League Cup, and 1 FIFA World Cup, and 4 Community Shield. He also won multiple personal accolades during his time at Manchester United, being named PFA Team of the Year on 3 separate occasions. So that's Patrice Evra. But of course, he took a swap at Woodward. And now moving on, talking about Gernot Rohr. Gernot Rohr has actually called up 25 players ahead of next month's friendly matches against the Elephant of Côte d'Ivoire, and of course the issue Eagles of Tunisia, which is scheduled for Austria next month, and five other players have been put on standby in the three-time African champions first game this year. And as a result of the prolonged global coronavirus pandemic, Rohr has listed top names like Ahmed Musa, Kenneth Omero, William Hekong, Wilfred Ndidi. The two new drums, of course, that's Frank Oyeka and Chidera Njuke. But of course, to get more of the names of the complete 12-man Eagle squad, you can get it on our website. And still talking about Akpoguma, of course, people were really expecting that he will play for Nigeria now, but this season. But World Soccer Governing Body FIFA is now being awaited, to give the final approval for him. That's the former Germany youth international, that's Kelvin Akpoguma, to be eligible to play for Nigeria. Gernot Rohr was expecting him to play this friendly with, of course, with Tunisia and Côte d'Ivoire, but it seems that will not be possible. Of course, talking about the centre back who was born to a German mother and a Nigerian father, and has represented Germany on the 16, on the 17, on the 18, on the 19, on the 20, and teams are featuring in more than 60 games. Of course, we'll be expecting him to play more matches with Nigeria. And that's all for sports. But for football, let's look at, of course, boxing. And Tyson Fury and Joshua, the heavyweight champion, has applied pressure on his domestic rival, that's Anthony Joshua, to bypass any further obligations that stand on his way of a 2021 showdown. A lot of us were expecting their showdown this year, but I guess that was due to coronavirus. It was actually postponed, but still, Anthony Joshua will still be playing with Alexandra Usyk, who, of course, I think they'll be having, the heavyweight fights this year. And of course, talking about Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury is saying that he should just he should leave aside, he should vacate his belt and fight everyone. He should not fight everyone that he sees. He should come and fight him next year. I think we are really waiting for this fight and how it's going to be. But still talking about Tyson Fury, a lot of people are saying that he's just taking a swap at Alexandra, saying that Tyson Fury should not fight small boys, but he should come and fight him next year, 2021. We're looking forward to that match with Anthony Joshua. But of course, Nigeria, we expect Anthony Joshua will not disappoint. And that's all we have for you on Vanguard Live Sports. Don't forget that you can always like and follow us on our social media platforms that are showing on your screen, or visit our website www.vanguardnigeria.com to get more of our sporting stories, and also to see the names of the 25-man Eagles, of course, for Côte d'Ivoire and Tunisia friendlies, which Gernot Rohr released. You can always get it. And don't forget to leave your opinion in the comment section. Please keep it clean. It's bye from me, Damiela Okushokin.